Hey everyone, Mortgage Nerd here. What does this mean? No more HELOCs? That's a home equity line of credit? Not everyone's getting rid of their HELOCs, but Chase has already announced that they are. Now, for those of you who remember, 12 years ago during the Great Recession when the housing market crashed, home equity lines of credit either stopped lending, which means they froze them, or they reduced them. So if you had $100,000 and you owed 80, they would reduce it to 50,000 and say, you're upside down now on this, you need to start paying it down. It was crazy. It was crazy what was happening. Now, I don't think that's going to happen here. Chase is not freezing and shrinking lines of credit. They're just saying no more new lines of credit because they don't want people cashing out a bunch of money and then not making payments in a few months because they can't make payments. But let's look at this a little differently. What about somebody who's 62 and over? They could take out a line of credit on their home. It can never be frozen. They can never shrink it. It's always going to be there guaranteed. Not only is it going to be there, but it's going to grow every year. That balance, that available balance is going to increase every year that passes. The heck am I talking about? Who has ever heard of this type of line of credit? Well, anyone that offers reverse mortgages knows exactly how this works. So what do I mean? Let's say you have a line of credit of $100,000. Let's say the interest rate on that is 4%. But you haven't used any of that line of credit. You have $100,000 available to you now. You could take it, you can go buy a property with it and have an investment property making more money. Or you can say, I'm not going to touch this. I'm going to save this for a rainy day. I'm in my 60s, maybe in my 70s and 80s when I need money. That's when I'll access this line of credit. So that $100,000 with a 4% interest, if you use the money, is unused. It's available. So in 1 year, that available amount of your line of credit is going to increase by $4,000, 4%. 4% of 100,000 is 4,000. So after a year, it's 104. After 2 years, it's 4% more. 3 years, 4% more, etc. You have this line of credit that's growing in your favor. Imagine that line of credit is 400,000, which it can be if you have a much higher value on your property. So that 400,000 grows at 4% a year. That means your borrowing power, the amount of money you can draw in the future, is growing by 4%. What if you use that money right now? You go out, you buy a few properties. They're foreclosures. You fix them up. You flip them. Now you have that money right back. You pay down that line of credit. So now your line of credit is zero and it's growing. And now next time there's a recession, you use that. What if you have kids who are going through a hard time right now? They're furloughed, they're laid off, they lost their business or they're losing their business. Someone who's 62 and over can use the reverse mortgage to help their kids right now with what's going on. So line of credits might not be available soon. We still have lines of credit, but the reverse mortgage line of credit is always there. It hasn't gone away. Hopefully, it'll always be there. Get in it now if you can, if you want. If it sounds interesting, let me know. Phil Stevenson, Mortgage Nerd.